Okay, so I have created a new media campaign which have a campaign type as sponsorship, and the rate is 13 weeks rate, and I'm creating 4 new campaign items um, starting from June 4th to December 30th 2018. Quantity in all in all 4 of them is 5. So it should apply, since there's the campaign type is sponsorship, it should apply a 50% discount on all 4 of them. So once that discount is applied and we have tested it, then I'll click on the calculate discounts button to get the actual discount out of here. Okay, so now um, in these campaign items, I'm just gonna open them up one by one and check them. So I have this campaign item where if I open the ad price, since the rate is 13 weeks rate, so the rate calculation quantity becomes 13, and we can check the ad price, we can check the rate steps. So for 13, the rate is $200, and if we go back to the campaign item, $200 becomes the sales price, multiplied by the quantity and frequency becomes $1,000, and if we apply a 50% discount on that, so it becomes $500. You can also check the revenue schedule custom records in here. You can check the gross amount and the amount net 3, and if we calculate that, we get the exact amount net 3 and the amount from here. Okay, and let's go to the next one, where according to the ad price, we get according to the rate, we get rate calculation quantity as 13, and the ad price is over here. So for 13, the ad price, for this ad price, we get the rate as 800, and that becomes our sales price multiplied by 5, because the quantity is 5. That becomes $4,000 as our amount, and applying a 50% discount on that, so amount net 3 becomes 2,000. And if we check the next one, so for this one, this is creative services, and for this sales price is 218, because we don't have any rate calculation quantity for this campaign item since it's a creative services. So 218 becomes the sales price, which is also the list price of the ad price, and if we multiply that by 5, that becomes 1090 as the amount. You can check that out over here, 1090, and we apply a 50% discount on that, so half of this amount is $545. Okay, so that becomes our amount net 3, which you can also see over here in the revenue schedule custom. We have only one record that goes for 1 week, 6/4 to 6/10. And now moving on to the next campaign item, which is a special section. So in this one, we have a rate calculation quantity, but in the ad price we don't have any rate steps. Hence the list price over here becomes the sales price of our campaign item, and that is $350 multiplied by 5, because the quantity is 5. So that becomes 1750. You can check that out over here, 1750, and half of that amount, because 50% discount is applied, half of that amount is $875, which is our amount net 3. And you can also check that we have only one revenue schedule custom record created. We have the correct amount net 3 over here and the correct gross amount over here, 1750. Now I would move on to the media campaign, which is over here, and the gross amount is 7840. So I just want to quickly test that. The amount of 1000 plus 4000 plus 1090 plus 1750, that's 7840, which you can see over here as the gross amount. And right now the amount calculated is this, so 500 plus 2000 plus 545 plus 875 becomes 3920. So 3920 is amount net 3 right now, but I have not clicked on this button, so let me click on it and run the flow. Since it's a sponsorship and amount net 3 is greater than $2,000, hence it would recalculate. And now the special discount becomes 12.75510. Sorry, 12.75510, and our amount net 3 is now recalculated to be 3840.01. So all these campaign items are now recalculated again, and the amount is this. This is the new amount. I just want to check this out again. So 872.45 plus 3489.80 plus 950.97 plus 1526.79. That becomes 6840.01. That's exactly this amount, 6840.01. So that means it is calculating it correctly. We are getting the correct amount. For the next test, I'm gonna delete these items and moving on to non-profit rate. And I'm just gonna create 2 campaign items for this for now on, because we know how the creative services and special sections work. We don't apply the rate in there, so I'm just creating this to check the rate, that according to the rate do we get the appropriate amount and everything or not. So I'm just gonna check that. Alright, so we have these 2 new campaign items. Okay, and we open them up over here. So for this one, since it's a non-profit rate, the rate calculation quantity becomes 13, and according to the ad price, we can check that 13 falls on this, in this range, so our rate becomes 200. That's our sales price. So 200 multiplied by 2 is 400 as the amount. 50% discount applied, so amount net 3 becomes 200. We get these revenue schedule custom records created. None of them is a duplicate. Yeah, none of them is a duplicate. And okay, and for this one we'll open the ad price in a new window, and rate calculation quantity is 13. So according to that, for 13, rate steps rate is $800, and so the sales price is $800, amount is $1,600 because 800 into 2 is 16, because the quantity is 2, and a 50% discount from special discount is applied on that, so we get amount net 3 as 800, and we get all these revenue schedule custom records created. None of them are duplicates. I'm just spot checking them. Okay. Alright, so let's delete this. Oh, sorry. First we'll apply the discount. So calculate discounts. But I don't think that would have applied because amount net 3 is less than 2,000. But that's, yeah, that didn't apply because this is less than 2,000. So we still have these 2 amounts, amount net 3, which is correct. So I'm just gonna delete these. Change the rate to be 26 weeks rate. Okay, and we'll create new campaign items. Hold on. Okay, so I'm creating these two campaign items with quantity 10 each. Okay, so I just wanted to increase the quantity so that amount net 3 goes more than $2,000. So we have these two campaign items. I'm gonna check them one by one according to the rate. So now the rate is 26 weeks rate. So in this campaign item, if I open the ad price, since the rate is 26 weeks rate, so rate calculation quantity becomes 26, and I can check that over here. So 26 falls on this range, so which is 150. So according to that, 150 multiplied by 10 is $1,500, and is $1,500, and we apply a 50% discount, so amount net 3 becomes $750. Okay, and we have all these revenue schedule custom records. Now if I go to the other campaign item, so in this one we check the ad price, and for this one the sales price becomes $700. 700 multiplied by 10, that's $7,000. So that's $7,000 over here, and a 50% discount on that is $3,500 as amount net 3. So after that, if we check the media campaign, so we get a $3,500 over here and $750 over here. So that becomes 4250, which is our amount net 3 right now, and this is our gross amount. So I would like to check the gross amount. So yeah, that's 8,500. Now I'll click on the calculate discount because it's more than $2,000, so it would apply the discount. So that should be so that should be so that becomes the amount net 3 as 7,500, and in both our campaign items, after recalculating the discount, amount net 3 is changed, and we get a 11.76% discount on each one of them. Okay, so that is how that is calculated. I'm gonna update the rate to 52 weeks rate, and delete these. Creating new test records. So let's start that from July 16th, both of them, till December 30th. And let's say quantity is 10. So it's a 52 weeks rate. So right now the amount is 3,500 after a discount. So I'm gonna go check these campaign items one by one. So for this campaign item, I'll open the ad price, and for that, for rate calculation quantity 52, the rate step is this one, the last one, which is $100. So since it's $100 as sales price and we have 10 as the quantity, so 10 multiplied by 100 becomes $1,000, which is the amount, and if we apply a 50% discount on that, so that becomes $500 as amount net 3. And you can also check the rate calculation quantity, that's populated as 52, line description populated as 52 weeks rate, and we got a special discount populated as 50%. You can also check the revenue schedule custom records. They are not duplicate. I'm just spot checking them again. Yeah, doesn't look like duplicate to me. Um, so that is how the 50% discount is applied on this campaign item. And moving on to the next one, we have, let's open the ad price over here. So we have the rate calculation quantity as 52 because line description is 52 weeks rate. Um, like on the media campaign, we have rate as 52 weeks rate. So in ad price, we'll check this one because it's 52. If it was more than 52, then also this one would be applied. So that's $600, and that's our sales price, and sales price multiplied by quantity and frequency becomes $6,000 because quantity is 600, and applying a 50% discount on that becomes $3,000 as amount net 3. And we can also check the revenue schedule custom records. So doesn't look duplicate to me. So that's working fine as well. Let's sorry, out of habit. So since this is sponsorship, we need to click on calculate discounts to calculate the final discount. So the flow will run and we'll calculate that. So after recalculation, we get amount net 3 as $6,000, gross amount is 7,000. We can check that out over here. So amount looks like 7,000. This looks like 6,000. Still, let's just check that. 857.14 plus 5142.6. Sorry, I pressed that twice. Let me do that again. So 857.14 plus 5142.6. $6,000. Okay. So that's our amount net 3. So that's working fine as well. Let's delete these. And now we'll update the media campaigns rate to be special section rate. Again, we'll add a few items in here. Okay, and save. Now I'm not sure if we are testing with the negative amounts or not. I mean, I'm not sure we are working on those negative amounts or not. But I'll just test that once to be sure that if it's negative, then also it should work fine. Okay, so for this one, we have these two campaign items, and let's open it up. Okay, so for special section rate, the rate calculation quantity is 0, so the list price becomes the sales price multiplied by quantity is 3,000. So amount becomes 3,000. After 50% discount, that becomes 1,500. And revenue schedule custom records are generated, which looks okay. So this looks fine to me. Yeah, the fields that we wanted to populate are all there. They are all populated. So for this campaign item, again, calculation quantity is 0, so sales price is the list price. That's $10,000, and 50% discount, so that becomes $5,000. So in the end, in media campaign, this becomes more than $2,000, so I'm just gonna click on calculate discounts so that it would calculate the discounts according to the flow and update it. So now we have amount net 3 as $12,000 and gross amount as 13,000. So that we can see over here, that's 13,000, and this one, let's calculate. So 2769.23 plus 9230.77 is $12,000, which is correct. Okay, so just to check with the negative amounts, I'm gonna create same campaign items with the same dates, but with negative quantity. So that's 7, 9 and 723. Okay. Alright, so these two. So that's 7, 9, 723, and they both end on the same day. That's 12/16, and they both have quantity as 10. So I'm just gonna apply minus 10 over here and save. So to calculate the total amount net 3 correctly, we have to click on the calculate discounts, because right now this is not equal to the positive one. So I'm just going to click on calculate discounts. Okay, so the discounts are recalculated again, and we can see that the negative ones are cancelling the positive ones, so that becomes 0. Amount net 3 should be now 0. Yeah. So that's working fine with the negative values as well. Okay, now the last one remaining, which is political rate. So let's test with that. So I'm gonna delete these campaign items and create new ones. Okay, so now the rate is political rate, so let's add a new test site, 2 of them actually. Okay, I'm randomly selecting the from date and the until date, and let's take the quantity as 10. Okay, so for this campaign item, so since it's a political rate, so that's why there is no rate calculation quantity, so that's 0. And that's why, so we have the list price as sales price. You can check the list price on this ad price, which is 300, and so our amount becomes 300 multiplied by quantity and frequency, that's 10, so that becomes $3,000 as the amount. And when we apply a special discount of 50% on that, so it becomes, the amount net 3 becomes 1,500. And these are the revenue schedule records, the revenue schedule custom records, and just checking if there is any duplicate. No, I don't see any duplicate, so that looks like it's working fine. Moving on to the next campaign item. For this ad price, we don't need the ad price. For this, since the rate is political rate, that's why the rate calculation quantity is 0. Hence, for this ad price, the list price is 1,000, which becomes our sales price, and multiplying that with the quantity, that becomes 10,000. The amount becomes 10,000. After applying a 50% discount, the amount net 3 becomes 5,000. And these are our revenue schedule custom records, which are not duplicate. Yeah, no, they're not duplicate. So that's working fine as well. Okay, and I also wanted to check, like, okay, we have this sponsorship over here. Let me just delete these records. I'm not sure if we are using that or not, because in this one, okay, I'm not sure if we are using the customer discount on media campaign. So over here you have said don't manually populate or edit customer discount or special discount custom on media campaign. Customer discount or special discount custom. So since according to your email we are not going to manually populate the customer discount or special discount custom in media campaign, so that's why I'm not going to do that. Otherwise, according to what we discussed earlier, whatever the campaign type is, if the customer discount is there, then in that case this customer discount would be applied, not the one which is over here. So I'm not sure if we are doing that or not. Let me know if you want me to test that. So here all my tests are done according to the campaign type, sponsorship, and in trade for all the rates. So let me know if there is any confusion or any issue. Thanks.